It was a real mind blogging experience, and no, very enjoyable.
Oh,
I think it's absolutely terrific. It's very good.
Great people.
It was the first time I'd been to a conference that had that kind of depth.
Very interesting people I can visit all over the world.
EWBC 2009, I thought was a fantastic occasion.
I went to the 2 American wine bloggers conferences in Santa Rosa the last 2 years, and they need to do something like that one.
Really overwhelming experience.
People here call me Vicky Wine, but my real name is Anne-Victoire Montrosier. My blog is Miss Vicky Wine. It's a blog for wine lovers, and it talks about wine adventures and wine lovers and wine dreamers. So.
And you've just been to the European Wine Bloggers Conference.
Yeah, I've just
What
been
did you get out of it?
I've met a lot of people that are blogging like me and that encouraged me to go on. And I've learned a few tips to be better at blogging, and very interesting people I can visit all over the world and that I could probably work with, like import their wines or do some testing with them, and that's it.
My name's Justin Roberts. I write about sherries on jerezwine.com. EWBC 2009, I thought was a fantastic occasion to catch up with old friends and to meet new people who blog about wine. We've had some really interesting events, a lot of challenging and interesting discussion, and I'm looking forward to next year's EWBC.
My name is Maria Foy. I am Portuguese and a very small producer of Douro still wine. Now I'm confronted with the question of selling it. And because it's so small and there is not enough money to advertise, promote, I decided to come to this conference and learn a little bit more about blogging. Because actually I already have a blog, if you can call it that, terros.wine@blogspot.com. I think that's what it is. I'm not absolutely sure. And I learned a lot. I think I learned here that it will be a very useful tool if I manage to learn how to use it properly or even improperly. And it is interesting to see the other people's experiences and also to come to the conclusion that for a lot of people here it is a relatively novel and new, and not everybody are specialists, far from it.
And what's the name of your winery?
Terrus. Terrus.
Hi, I'm Julia Sevenich. I'm a wine writer and wine educator. www.julia7ich.com. At the European Wine Bloggers Conference, I learned how to communicate better about wine.
My name is Dan Del Gesso, aka Finkus Brip. I do the show, well actually the blog, wineontherocks.com, and took part in the European Wine Bloggers Conference. I saw that there's like a lot of motivation, a lot of excitement in the air. There's still a bit of weeding out to see in which direction it's going to go, and I think there will also be a weeding process in the future when it comes to, let's say, quality and quantity. But it's definitely an exciting time to be in the wine social media let's say sector, and great people, a lot of different backgrounds, different nationalities. So I'm really glad I took part, and I'm definitely looking forward to the next EWBC in Europe. Don't know where it is yet, but they'll definitely keep me informed.
My name is Brett Jones, the Wine Maestro, winemaestro.com. I've enjoyed the Wine Bloggers Conference immensely. I've learnt a lot, I've met some wonderful people, and I'm understanding even better the joys, the way of to do social media, and it's great.
I'm Gwendolyn Alley. I have the Art Predator blog, that which engages the whole soul, and I have Wine Predator, which is focused on wine. I've had a really spectacular journey. I would say the most exciting thing for me, and probably not for Sonadora, because she's tasted over 100 different varieties of wine, but for me, coming from California, mostly I've tasted the common California wines. Never been to Europe, much less to Portugal. And in Portugal, there's 250 different grape varieties that are made into wine, and today and last night, I've probably tasted 50 of those varieties. And that is absolutely the most stunning thing. And the other thing that I discovered today that I'm really thrilled about is that there's a huge difference, between the different regions of wines in Portugal. Wow. Well, what's first and foremost is the tasting that we just came to, which was with Charles Metcalfe, and it was a grand tasting. We had 8 different wines, and he told just these amazing stories about all kinds of aspects of the wines, and the range of the wines that was a really special experience. I went to the 2 American wine bloggers conferences in Santa Rosa the last 2 years, and they need to do something like that one, like that tasting.
Hi, my name is Emílio. I'm from Portugal, from adega.com. And I was at the WBC as an organizer, and it went very well. I meet people from last year's, and I knew so many more people, and I have the opportunity to know so many new things that I'm going to implement on Adega. So, see you next year.
And what is Adega?
Adega.com is a social winery discover site. So, come and get him.
I'm Rachel Black, and I'm a cultural anthropologist, and I study food and wine. And so my main interest in coming to the conference had to do with looking at how new media is having an impact on the wine industry. And I'm very interested in the conversation that's begun between wine bloggers, wine producers, and consumers. And I thought there were some interesting themes that came out of this conference to do with communication. I'm not quite sure how the concept of a social wine brand really worked out in the conference. That was apparently the main theme.
Anything particular that stuck in your mind?
I think the one thing wasn't that anyone said anything, but the social connections that were created during the conference, whether it was at a dinner, a wine tasting, between sessions, but also the role of Twitter during the sessions. I found that even though I couldn't ask questions if there wasn't time, there was a really nice conversation going on Twitter, and I was following the feed and participating in that way. And so it was the first time I'd been to a conference that had that kind of depth that was lent by this new communication platform. So that was really interesting for me as an anthropologist and really fun for me as a participant of this conference.
Hello, I'm João Rico. I write for a blog named Pumadas, Pumadeas. It has really been a really overwhelming experience. For me, the Web Bloggers Conference was really good because besides meeting people, it was really to know what the other bloggers do. Well, in Portugal, we don't have really. We are still in the beginning. We are like 10 or 12 blogs. Most of them didn't really come, but I thought this was really a nice way to see what other people do, to understand what the producers and the market thinks about blogs, and I understand quite a few things. It's been really nice, really nice.
Hello, my name is Nico James. My blog is iamvino.com, and this is my first time in a wine bloggers conference. For me, it was very valuable experience. Good contacts, good information about what how to do blogs, what sites to look at, what gadgets to use, and also ideas. It was a real mind-boggling experience, and very enjoyable.